What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to this matchday preview here on Anfield Agenda. It is the League Cup and the Reds travel to the Vitality to take on Bournemouth on Wednesday night. It is a 7:45 p.m. kickoff, and to the best of my knowledge, the game isn't available to watch in the UK or Ireland, so you're going to have to get creative. But, of course, we will have a watch along here on Anfield Agenda. If you would like to join us, we'll be starting from 6:45 p.m. right here, so I look forward to hopefully catching up with you guys for that. But beforehand, well, it's the preview, so I'm going to do what I always do. Go through my score prediction and then my predicted 11, asking you guys, of course, to let us know your thoughts on the team in the comment section. Drop a like on the video, and most importantly, if you're new to the channel or you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, please do. So look, injury update ahead of the game. We still aren't aware if Ben Doak will be available or not, so I've taken the safe route and not put him into my starting 11. Obviously, no Stefan Bajcetic, no Thiago Alcantara, and no Andy Robertson, all out at this moment in time. Curtis Jones, of course, is available for selection, as is everybody else that we're aware of. So, let's start off by having the score prediction. It's a difficult one to predict because you don't know the strength of the team we're going to put out. We don't know the strength of the team the opposition are going to put out. Their focus will, of course, be keeping their Premier League survival. So I don't know how seriously they're going to take this game. So I found it hard to come up with a score prediction, but I've gone for one that I think gets the job done anyway. So I'm going to go and predict for a 2-1 Liverpool victory. In games where you're away from home, particularly with an untested starting 11 or in a starting 11 that aren't used to playing with each other, you'd always kind of, well, I would anyway, always give the home team a goal. And then Liverpool will probably have to do it the hard way, come from behind to get the victory. But I do think we will leave the Vitality with a place in the quarterfinals. So then it comes to the starting 11, right? What have I gone with? Well, let's have a look at that and see what we're all thinking. Obviously, we'll start off as we always do with the goalkeeper and the centre-backs. No surprise here that you guys will see I have put Caoimhín Kelleher back in goal. He was unavailable for the last League Cup game. I think it was stitches, if my memory is correct, that ruled him out. So fully expect him to come back into a starting position. The centre-back situation I've gone for, I've looked at what we have coming up. I've looked at who has played recently. And I think Jarrell Kwanzaa and Joe Matip are probably the best selection that we could come up with for the two centre-back positions. Of course, you could have mentioned Joe Gomez, but I don't want to ruin the surprise, but you'll see Joe Gomez in a moment. So, for me, don't want Van Dijk to be playing this game. Want him to rest up ahead of Luton. I don't want Ibrahim Konate playing it either for the same reason. So, time to bring in young Jarrell Kwanzaa, show what he can do, and have that guidance of Joe Matip, of course, the senior pro, alongside him. Now we move ahead into the fullback positions, and I don't think you're going to be surprised with these, but I'll talk you through them anyway. So, we'll start off with the left-back position. I did toy around with the idea of playing Chambers as an example at left-back, but I've got to be honest and say I want us to get through. I want us to win. And to do that, I would rather say let's give Costas another run out. Let's give him the game. I know he's going to have a lot of football to play, but I don't feel an away game in a knockout competition is the best one to use Luke Chambers in. So I think I will stick with Costas Tsimikas at left back. And then over on the right hand side, I've avoided the temptation obviously to play Trent, and I have gone for Joe Gomez to be the right back or the inverted right back, probably the captain as well if I'm being honest in this team. So that is my back line. Kelleher in goal, Joe Gomez at right back, Costas Tsimikas at left back, and the centre backs Joe Matip and Jarrell Kwanzaa. Into midfield now, well, who are we going to have in the holding role? Is it going to be McAllister? Is it going to be Gravenberch? No, of course it's going to be Wataru Endo. He's going to be the defensive midfielder in this setup because we're only starting to see him get that run of games, make that progress now, and he's been playing well lately. So I think Endo has to start this game. And again, you'd want him to show that he's a level above those players out there. He's a level above this level of the competition. So Endo in the holding midfield role. And then look, it was difficult to gauge who to go with ahead of him. But what I've gone for is Curtis Jones, who of course needs to get more minutes under his belt, having been suspended for the last 3 domestic games. And on the right hand side, I couldn't resist it. I couldn't not put Ryan Gravenberch in because, let's be honest, folks, we all want to watch Ryan Gravenberch playing football these days because he's playing very, very well. And with Curtis Jones coming back in and Elliott and the game coming up at the weekend, I feel like if we play him now, maybe we can rest Gravenberch from the starting 11 against Luton, or even perhaps take him off after an hour if he does start. So my midfield for this game is Wataru Endo in the number 6 in the defensive midfield role, Curtis Jones on the left and Ryan Gravenberch on the right. They could of course swap positions, but that's the midfield trio that I've gone with. Obviously, it's leaving out the likes of Dominic Szoboszlai. I want him to rest. Of course, Alexis McAllister, again, I want him to rest, but I also want Endo to play. And we've no Elliott in that midfield, but the reasons for that will become apparent in a moment. So that's my midfield. Now we move into the sexy end of the pitch, and look, let's be honest, we are spoiled for riches right now in the attacking perspective, or the attacking sense of Liverpool Football Club. So I'm assuming that Ben Doak won't be fit enough to play. If he is fit enough to play, he probably slots in on the right, but I'm assuming that he's not ready yet. So with that in mind, the wide players I've gone with are Harvey Elliott to do what he did recently, which is take that Mohamed Salah position on the right, and on the left side, Diogo Jota. Why not play the man when he's in form? Diogo, the assassin, is just scoring goals at the minute, so let's play Diogo on the left, Harvey Elliott on the right, which of course, look, he doesn't have the pace of a Mohamed Salah or a Ben Doak, but he's more than capable of holding his own in that position. So for me, Mr. Harvey Elliott over on the right hand side, and on the left hand side, Diogo the assassin Jota. Now through the centre, it was the big question. Do I go for Darwin Núñez or do I go for Cody Gakpo? I've gone sensible here, and what I've done is gone for Cody Gakpo, because I don't want Darwin overplaying. I don't want him picking up injuries. We know he had cramp when he was away with the Brazilian national team. He's been playing football a lot as well for Liverpool since he's come back. He's in fine form, and we need to manage his minutes. So look, hopefully this team can go out and win the game, but if you need to look to the bench, unleash Darwin. Unleash the creativity and the madness of Captain Chaos and bring him on later in the game. But I would start with Cody Gakpo. One, because he needs the minutes. He's coming back from an injury himself. Came on at the very end of the league game at the weekend. So I think we play Cody Gakpo to the centre. Let him get his minutes up. Let him get some games back in those legs. And then we can look to the Luton game when we look over this squad and see who stands up and who is counted. So my team again, my friends, is this. Caoimhín Kelleher in goal. Right back Joe Gomez. Left back Kostas Tsimikas. Centre back pairing of Joel Matip and Jarrell Kwanzaa. In midfield, Endo in the number 6 position. Then I'm going for Curtis Jones and Ryan Gravenberch as the two number 8s. In attack, Cody Gakpo to the centre, Diogo Jota on the left, and of course Harvey Elliott on the right. That is the Anfield Agenda predictions, but it is now over to you guys. Let us know who you think deserves the starting place. Do you think I've gone too weak? Would you like to go stronger? I know everyone wants to see Darwin at the minute. I want to see Darwin at the minute. I want to see Szoboszlai at the minute. But I also know it's a long campaign ahead and we're going to need them for the business end of the season. So if we need to look to the bench, bring the boys off, fair enough. But to start, I think we go with the team or something similar to the team that I've put out there. Again, my score prediction, a 2-1 victory for Liverpool. We will be live from 6:45. I think tomorrow, when you watch this, it's Tuesday. So tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll be live from 6:45 with a full watch along, match reaction, player ratings, all the usual stuff. Thank you for your time as always, my friends. Look forward to catching up with you. If I don't catch you in the live show, I hope to catch up with you in the video soon. And thank you for your continued support. Much love. Bye-bye.